Devil's joint, New Jersey Devils. Devil's joint. Devil's joint. Jersey Devils!
Alright. I don't know how that went, but it doesn't matter. This is a special edition of The Devil You Know, The Devils You Know. I'm going to pull out some items that I don't normally pull out. For instance, this is the Mighty Ducks Digest, No Cinderella Story, November 26, 2003, with Peter Sikora, Scott Stevens, Patrick Eliash. This is from a game that ended up in a tie 3-3 at the Anaheim Pond in November of 2003. So that's after the Devils won the cup. I believe my background is blurred. Sorry. Okay. Mighty Ducks Digest, No Cinderella Story. You see, that's Peter Sikora, so that's pretty cool. November 26, 2003. Let's see. Sandus Ozelinch story called Funny Business. Rest in peace. Look at this. We got a 2005-2006 Devils Media Guide. Now, if you've ever had a media guide, there's a photo in there that's irrelevant. It gave you the Devils the previous season, all the stats from every game versus every team, who every coach and every player was. I mean, it's unbelievable. Every year you could buy this book and it would be updated. I have all of them in the bins. This is the one that I have out as like a looky here. What's in the back here? A 2005-2006 pocket schedule. See, these are things. 2012 30th anniversary pocket schedule. Got a baseball card of Rupert, because it's two P's, Jones. Never heard of him. Boom. But yeah, like for instance, Richard Matvichuk. It would give you all the details on the players. I know you can get this stuff on the internet, but it's just not the same. It's just not Vladimir Malakoff. You could read this whole thing about him, his whole career, all of his stats, like detailed stuff. Malakoff versus the NHL. These are things that you got to look them up, but you could just open the book and look, right? How many goals did Malakoff have against Dallas? He played 14 games. He never scored a goal against them at this point in his career, and had 5 assists and 10 penalty minutes against Dallas. I'll tell you, against Philadelphia, well, let's see. He had the most goals against Calgary, it looks like, 11. And the second most is, I believe, was a 7. The Rangers. And how many points? This is Vladimir Malakoff. He played for the Rangers. Points, the most points he had against one team is against Pittsburgh, 30, Washington 20, Rangers 22, Devils 21. Carolina 20. Makes sense. Like, these things are awesome. If you're interested in stuff like this, please, let me know. I love to give fans that never got stuff like this stuff like this. Check this book out. The 25th anniversary, the history of the Devils in New Jersey. It's got a picture of The Rock on the back. It's got a picture of Stevens kissing the cup over in Dallas there. It's got Grant Marshall against the Rangers. It's got Brodeur making a save against, looks like Ottawa there. Eliash here. Oh no, that's John McClane. Eliash in 95. John McClane in 95. Um, you could open the book to anything is cool. Look at that. That's Peter Sikora and Brodeur right there. Sick. You know what I should do? I don't even know why I'm doing this. Why am I on? I am so sorry, guys. And also, there's a lot of stupid things going on right now. I don't even have it here. I do have it. This is crazy. I gotta look at the top corner. Right, boom. JJ. Oh, no, DJ. Okay, so look at that. Just turn to any page, get a great photo. Look, that's Chorsky and Riche. And Holik. I'm actually going to, literally live right now, I'm going to take this picture of Chorsky, Riche, and Holik, and I'm going to send that directly to Tom Chorsky. If you haven't seen my interview with Tom Chorsky, it is uploading to my Substack account. Tomorrow morning. So that's this book. Now, we've all, especially us old heads or whatever you want to call it, we get mad. We don't want, I like to have my ticket stubs, right? And we're not doing ticket stubs today because I will do ticket stubs too. But you remember this? You remember this stuff? You remember these guys? Center ice, Eastern Conference semifinals, Devils versus Lightning, Friday, May 2nd, 2003. Can you guess what game that was? What was so special about the game that this book is from? I brought out a couple of special books on purpose. One or two. Can you guess what game that was? May 2nd, against 2003 against Tampa Bay. I'll give you a hint. Grant Marshall, triple fucking overtime. This is triple overtime game. Yeah, that's much better. Triple overtime game. The Center Ice magazine. It was $6 at the time. They charge you $25 for this right now. We have the player stats between both teams on paper, literally stapled. Tonight's game. The Devils entered tonight's game following a 3-1 triumph at Tampa Bay in Game 4 of the... I mean, this is how things are done. You don't get this anymore. This is, I believe, last game. Shots by period, goals by period, power play, blah, blah, blah. That's all from the previous game. Then news releases. So you got the scratches, the players. Pascal Rayom. I know I just saw it. Yep, Pascal Rayom. Never forget Pascal Rayom. He had no points at this point. But, wow, was he a fucking hard-nosed worker. He was, and his sister, Manon Rayom, Tampa Bay Lightning, actually, it's ironic, Tampa Bay, she played the female goalie. Look at this center ice. April 21st, 2002. official playoff program. Scott Stevens on the cover. Um, 2022, 2002. And of course, the game information again. Every player, Ken Danico at the top. Games played. Sorry, Ken, you got 2 minutes in the box. 2 minutes. We're going to the penalty box. 2-man advantage. Check them out. But it looks like this was this is the playoffs, and I think this was the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Right. So they've only played 2 games so far. So who had points so far in the playoffs at this? Bobby Holik had a goal. Eliash has had a goal, so they've only had 1 goal in 2 games at this point in 2002. 2002 is as a Devils fan, and please, I beg you guys, comment about this. If you hear me say this and you agree, comment. 2002 playoffs are like a mysterious. It's like a mysterious year. The Devils went from winning the cup in 2000 to losing in Game 7 in 2001 to winning the cup in 2003, and the 2002 playoffs are kind of just a blur. It's just like a flurry in between all of that. Odd, right? Think about it. Am I wrong? Speaking of Stanley Cups, this is the 2003 Stanley Cup Finals Center Ice magazine. I don't think they would make one of these anymore. I have the 2012 one also. It might be right here. It's not in this. I have this is a laptop case in between my legs below me with these in it, and I'm actually transferring them into this case with this special foam padding and stuff like that. Anyway, so this is a 2003 Center Ice magazine, Devils vs. Ducks, Mighty Ducks of Anaheim at the time. Frederick Olesen, Keith Carney, Lance Ward, Vitaly Vishnevsky, Sandis Oslin, rest in peace, Poland Korea, Jason Krog, Mark Schwannard, Mike Leclerc, Cam Severson, Steve Ruchin, Dan Bilesma was on the team. Alexei Smirnov, Stanislav Chistov, remember him, Ruslan Saleh, rest in peace. Samuel Paulson, Nicholas Havlid, Martin Gerber, Steve Thomas, Devils. Kurt Sauer, Jean-Sebastian Jaguar, Peter Sikora, New Jersey Devils. Rob Niedermeyer, New Jersey Devils. Jonathan Hedstrom and Adam Oates, New Jersey Devils. Devils, Richard Schmalik, Ken Danico, Mr. Devil. Scott Stevens, Colin White, Tommy Albaline, Yuri Bisek, underrated in the playoffs. Oleg Tverdovsky, John Madden, Jeff Friesen, Brian Gianta, Jamie Langenbrunner, Sergei Brelin, The King, Sarge, Jim McKenzie, Jay Pandolfo, Pascal Rayom, Scott Gomez, Turner Stevenson, Joe Newendike, Patrick Eliash, Scotty Niedermeyer, Brian Rafalski, Grant Marshall, Marty Brodeur, Corey Schwab. I have the articles from the New Jersey papers that were talking about the Niedermeyer's mother, in the crowd for those games. And it going to a Game 7 was hard for her. Center Ice, Devils vs. Islanders, October 10th. This is a home opener. October 10th, 2008, Mogilny year. Mogilny's last season. I can tell you that. Oh, Kevin Weeks. I can tell you that specifically. I remember very, very specifically. Let me just make sure I'm not crazy. What am I looking for? Oh, look, Sheldon Brookbank. Rod Pelly. Madden. Eliash. Maybe I have the... Oh, this is 2008, 2009. Yeah. They started the season. And Mogilny was leading the team in points before he was sent down, and then he retired. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. Maybe, you know what? You caught me. But the Islanders had Okposo, Rick DiPietro at the time, Mike Comrie, Doug Waite, Mark Straight, Richard Park, if you remember him, Bill Guerin was the captain of the Islanders at this time, just to let you know, while Langenbrunner was the captain of the Devils. That's a good trivia question. I'm gonna actually do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now while we're doing this. I'm gonna write it. Who was the captain of the Isles? Ex-Devil Guerin, while Langenbrunner was the Devils captain. Okay. I'm going to put that up on Twitter. I'll schedule it for like 2 days from now, so it's a little far away from this. Anyway, random Devils vs. Islanders opening day one. Now we got a center ice, another one with Brodeur on it. This is from October 12th, 2006. So this looks like the game right after that. So they went. Oh no, this was 2008. This is a home opener against Toronto, 2006. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, duh. 25th anniversary. I don't have that jersey up there at the moment. Let's see what kind of lineup we got. Oh, they're doing some 25th anniversary stuff in there. They call it the Silver Season, or was that? Oh, Paul Martin, Jim Fahey, David Hale, Rasmussen is still on there. You got Jason Weimer. Did you forget that Jason Weimer was a Devil? Johnny Oduya, Rafalski, Talix, and Cammy Jansen. Dan Lacouture. Did you forget that he was a Devil? I bet you did. I bet most of you did. Because I fucking did. Weimer? No. Oh, look who it is. Jimmy Dowd. Jersey Jim. Jersey Jim. I could text him right now. I love it. You know, it's so cool. Thanks, Mr. Dowd. And his son, too. Great kid. Great kid. Hope he makes the Devil squad. Hope he makes the Devil squad. Because if he does, then I'll become a real insider, right? If you know what I'm saying. All right, Scott Stevens, 2002. This is Devils vs. Montreal Canadiens, Tuesday, January 7th, 2003. Scott Stevens. These are like in mint condition. Look at the players in there. You got Dave Roche, Mike Danton, murderer, or conspiracy to commit murder. Mike Rupp with the hair. Look at Mike Rupp with the hair. What year is this? 2002. Oh, duh. This is the year the Devils won the cup. Rupp was a rookie. Stephen Guala. You remember that? Guolla. You remember him? Wow. Some of these guys, look at Bill Murray. You can never forget. If you're a Devils fan from the time, you know Bill Murray, Asian Bill. Wow. Andreas Salamonson right next to Mike Danton and then Gomez. Neuendijk. Wow, that's the team. Bobby Carpenter, assistant coach. John McLean, assistant coach. And those guys are right here on this jersey in the dark. Those guys have their autographs are right there. Just touched both their names. They both signed that. Pat Burns, head coach. Lou Lamoriello, of course. President and GM. Commemorative Stanley Cup banner raising celebration 2003-04. So this is opening day of the 2003-2004 season. Nothing special comes out of this, I guess. Change in lineup. So I guess Mike Rupp looks a little happier. Berglund's still there, so David Hale gets jumped. That's where David Hale gets popped in. Igor Larionov with that number 8. Wow, that's the year 2003, 2004. That's when Igor Larionov came in and wore that number 8. Sean Brown too. Remember Sean Brown? Rafalski. That's when Rafalski had blonde hair. Whew. Look at that. Beautiful. Speaking of Stevens, actually no, that's not next. We got a 2007 2008 team calendar. Now, I have a lot of team calendars. I actually have one that's sealed still. Look at that. Zajac and Mikey Rupp together. So this is 2007 2008. Pandolfo and Sarge. Colin White, Johnny Madden. You're not going to find a page where you find a guy that wasn't like. Oh, actually, look at this. Karl Rakunek and Vitaly Vishnevsky. I was just going to say, you're not going to find a page that's Aaron Asham, Cam Jansen. And we had both at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Clarkson, Rod Pelly. What do they got? Oh, it's the first year of the Prudential Center. That's right. Mike Motto. Sheldon Brookbank, who they underrated him, and Oli Malmavara, of course, and you can get 15% off at Modell's still. They're probably still good if you want to go to Modell's right now. Actually, this is the Scott Stevens retirement center ice. So, not only do I have random 2003, 2004 Devils team photos, but I have this limited edition. Excuse me, limited edition, number 13980 out of 20,000, signed Scott Stevens, commemorative, blah blah blah, whatever you call this. It's the cover of his retirement ceremony. From that day. And then the 25th anniversary gave us all these too. As you can see, all in the corner, 25th anniversary, we got pictures of the 88, the 98, 99 Devils, 97, 98 Devils, 91, 92 Devils, 2002, 2003 Devils. And of course, this beautiful magazine. This ad seems to be in all the magazines. I keep seeing the same fucking ad. So this one has some other special gifts inside of it. I want to give those away. I want people to have things like this. I really do. This is 2006, 2007 team calendar. I'll end it right here. This is some cup raising stuff. Some history. Oh, so this is the 25th anniversary calendar. I didn't realize. So everything is like a cool part of the history. Kenny Danico won the Bill Masterson when Gomez won the Calder, and they won the cup. There's Stevens going out with the cup. Everyone remembers this is 2003. Now see this white thunder stick. That's what I have in those little packages. Those white thunder sticks. I have them. And it's 2003. I'm looking at people taking pictures with like little cameras they bought at CVS. It's so cool to look into. And then I see the towels that I have right here at my feet in these bins. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This stuff is really important to me, but I gotta start getting rid of it. So if you're watching, if you support me on Substack, you are in. Just leave a comment. That's all you gotta do is leave a comment, and that's it. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Devil's joint. Devil's joint. New Jersey Devils!